Look at me. I never got a chance to thank Apollo for helping me out after Mickey died. But it's nothing compared to what you've done. You taught me how to fight again, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna fight this thing. But if I fight, I want you to fight too. I want you to go across this ring and knock that son of a bitch down. Can you do it? Say it.
I'm gonna knock that son of a bitch down.
I know you are. You know why? Because you're a Creed, and I love you, kid. Come on.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Kong bows to no one.
I volunteer as tribute.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Hey everyone, how are we doing today? Connor here along with Adrian on Chills and Thrills, and we are continuing along with the same franchise of sorts, but we are transitioning over to a different name, sort of, where we're continuing the Rocky franchise, but we're beginning the spin-offs with the first Creed film. And of course, as we always say, like whether we've seen it in theaters or not, like I did not see this in theaters. I was excited about it, but it took me. This was another one of those films that took me probably a couple years to see for the first time. And it was I think I was bored one weekend and I threw in a couple different Rocky films. And I was like, you know what? I haven't seen Creed. Like why have I not watched this? So I threw it in and I didn't expect anything high of it. I was like, Sylvester Stallone as the Rocky character isn't gonna be our main character anymore. He's probably not gonna fight. And with the name Creed and everything I heard about it, reviews and things like that, you knew that he became a trainer and trained Adonis. So like I was excited for it. I liked it a lot. And it was one of those films I wish I would have gave a chance sooner. There have been a lot of those recently that I've taken a year or two to watch after its release, and it's like, man, I wish I would have watched this sooner. And I know this got some negative hits towards it because they should have ended the Rocky franchise or left Rocky alone after Rocky Balboa, and I think this continues it phenomenally. I really this is one of the gripes I hear is they do not like the Apollo affair storyline because it kind of tarnishes his reputation that he had in the earlier on films. But it's like, you know what? People slip up every now and again. They make mistakes. Things happen. And I like the storyline they follow. That Apollo's wife kind of takes in Adonis and raises him, and he goes and finds Rocky on his own, and it's just I don't know. The affair storyline doesn't bother me as much as it does other watchers or viewers of the franchise or fans of the franchise. But if they would have left it at Rocky Balboa, I'd have been okay with it. But I'm also 100% okay with the route they went in Creed. So, Adrian, where do you lie on this film?
Man, so I'm with you in the whole I waited a few years to watch this. I just I don't know why. I saw it and I saw that Rocky was in it and I was like, "Oh man, that's going to be awesome. Like I can't wait to see it." Michael B. Jordan, he's great. Like I was super excited for it. Um I legitimately watched it for the first time this week. Several years later, let's see, it's 2026. This movie came out in 2015, so 11 years a little late. Um So I'm kinda I'm riding on the Creed high right now. So I'm mad that I didn't watch it sooner, uh, but happy I still watched it. So thanks again for having me here, 'cause, I wouldn't have seen I probably wouldn't have seen this at all. Um, just 'cause, some movies, yeah, with the whole negative review, with Adonis and, Creed, having the affair, I wasn't interested. I really wasn't. But I'm glad that the storyline progressed how it did, and, um, him fighting, that he's not a mistake, and, He created his own path, and he did not want to rely on his dad. Like I loved this movie. It was a great movie. Good watch.
I 100% agree with you. I like the wanting to make kind of make a name for yourself, like without the Creed name. But then they're like, you know what? Embrace it. Like it is your name. You might you might as well take advantage of it and use it. Just like Rocky Balboa's son did. He used the name, got a good job, and then complained about it. And now here we are in Creed, and he's like, I know this is my last name, like this is the family that I'm in, but I want to be known as Adonis. I believe it was Adonis Johnson.
Yes, Johnson.
Okay. And then, it's like, you know what? To see him embrace the Creed name, it was like, all right, like, he understands, like, he's gonna create his own path, but he can also do it while using that Creed name. So it this film has a lot of good scenes. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did, and I have watched it a couple more times since my first viewing of it, and, of course, like we do, I've watched it before we're recording here. And I liked it just as much, and I wasn't for the 2nd film in a row, like, coming off of Rocky Balboa, I wasn't very high on the score of it, but the dialogue, it flowed really well, the scenes flowed really well, the fighting scenes were done very well, I thought, compared to some of the older scenes, like we've talked about in the older Rockies, they're landing haymaker after haymaker. And in this, you got some more jabs, you got uppercuts, you got shots to the body. Like I like seeing a little bit more realistic stance on fighting. So it'll be fun to talk about once we get to like our favorites category and some fun facts and trivia and stuff, and get to know some background behind this one.
Absolutely, my guy. Absolutely.
So before we go on, I'll give you that quick background here on our first Creed film, and then we'll continue on.
Hell yeah, bring it to me.
So Creed, as you stated earlier, is a 2015 American sports drama film directed by Ryan Coogler, who co-wrote the screenplay with Aaron Covington. It is the first spin-off and the 7th installment in the Rocky franchise, and serves as a standalone sequel to Rocky Balboa from 2006. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Sylvester Stallone, Tessa Thompson, Felicia Rashad, Tony Bellew, and Graham McTavish. In the film, amateur boxer Adonis Creed is trained and mentored by Rocky Balboa, the former rival turned friend of Adonis's father, Apollo Creed. Although Rocky Balboa was originally considered the end of the franchise, Metro Goldwyn Mayer hired Coogler in 2013 to develop a Rocky spin-off. Coogler and Covington's original screenplay was completed by April 2014, with the involvement of Jordan and Stallone also confirmed. The remaining cast were hired by January 2015, after which principal photography began and lasted until that April, with filming locations including Liverpool, Philadelphia, and Gainesville, Georgia. Creed became the last in the career of Robert Chardoff, one of the main producers of the franchise, who died 2 months after the end of filming, and this film was dedicated to him. Creed had its premiere on November 19, 2015 at the Regency Village Theater in Los Angeles, and was released in the United States on November 25th by Warner Bros. Pictures to coincide with the 40th anniversary of the date of the opening scene in the first film. It received widespread acclaim from critics who praised Coogler's direction, the screenplay, and acting performances. Among its accolades, it was selected by National Board of Review as one of the top 10 films of 2015, while Stallone won the National Board of Review Award for Best Supporting Actor, the Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting Actor, and Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor in a Motion Picture, and was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. The film was followed by Creed 2 in 2018 and Creed 3 in 2023, and the film is the first film in the franchise to have been produced by Sylvester Stallone. So there is actually quite a bit of background info on Creed, even though I said it was going to be quick.
That's not quick at all, Connor. Come on,
No,
man.
I I apologize.
That's definitely some cool info. I didn't know all that. I mean, like I said, I watched it for the first time this week, so um, that's I like that. I like that. I like that a lot.
And I'm gonna say something to you that some of my coworkers say to me. They ask me if I've seen a certain movie, and I'm like, no, I haven't seen that one yet. It's on my list. And they're like, dude, you do a podcast about movies. You say you're a movie buff and critic and stuff, but you haven't seen this movie. Like, and they're like, are you kidding me? Like, are you really a movie buff, or are you just trying to act like one?
Ooh, rough. Ouch. Meow.
I know. Like, Rocky's one of your favorite franchises, and you just watched Creed for the first time? Come on.
I don't know, man. I couldn't do it. Like, man, this energy drink is hitting. Damn. Um, it was just rough. I was just worried about it. It's like watching, I don't know, any movie from your childhood, and then they come out with something new, I don't know, maybe 8 years later. Um, let's see, 9 years later, and you're worried that they're gonna ruin it. They didn't, but, still, I was worried.
I will say I was too. I was definitely skeptical about it, but now here we are almost, or 10, 11 years later, and we're gonna praise it. I mean, I don't really have too many bad things to say about Creed, and we'll figure out where we stand once we get to the sequels, because those have their own story, they take their own route, and so we'll see once we get to them. But uh I'm pretty high on this first Creed film.
Me too. Me too.
So let me drop a trailer in for Creed for us, and then we will come back. We'll get into some quick numbers. I'll give you the numbers, and then we'll get into our favorites category.
All right. All right. Let's hear the numbers after the trailer.
You're not built for this. These boys coming here, they gotta fight for life. People die in the ring. Your daddy died in the ring. I don't know him. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I've been fighting my whole life. It's not a choice for me. Every punch I ever thrown's been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
Sick eyes from the nose pressure. Release slip zip ties on the protesters. The 6 wives in the fry of a mold weather. Medic caviar bar out in Odessa. Dirty needles breaking all the old records. 100 hoes, one shovel and some old treasure. Old seat use teeth as a gold tester. Finger rolls, finger waves, crossing from the old memories.
This picture's from the 10th round of the first fight, right? I heard about a third fight between you and Apollo. Behind closed doors. Is that true?
How do you know all this?
I'm his son.
Wear gloves for the reason why I gave time. Scared thugs going crazy in a cage box. Looking at the world through the TV, a day room rapping over beats. They made electric chairs for us dying days. Last meals, no one pushed them to try and stay. On death row like Suge in the late box. Maybe he could dig a tunnel while the A block.
A great fighter once said, it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
See this guy here? That's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
All right. So when it comes to our numbers, I know that you usually don't look at these ahead of time. So I don't think I'm going to disappoint you at all. I'm going to keep you riding this roller coaster up high.
All right.
So Creed had a budget of between 35 and 40 million dollars. I couldn't find like a solid number. Everywhere I found was it was like between 35 and 40, between 36 and 40. It was always between 40, but 35, 36, 36 and a half. There's a couple different ones I found. So anywhere between 35 and 40 million dollars for a budget and a box office return of 174 million dollars, which in 2026 money would be about anywhere between 49 to 56 million dollar budget and a 244 million dollar box office return. So Creed did its due justice to the franchise, earning some good money.
Woo! Yeah, I like those numbers.
I You're gonna like these ones even more. So this one's a little bit low, but I'm gonna make up for it. So it had Creed is rated a 7.6 out of 10 on IMDb, but here's where we get good. It is a 95% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes,
Oh
82% rating on Metacritic, and 86% of our Google users liked this film.
my goodness. Step yo game up, IMDb. Come on. Those are some good numbers.
I didn't expect the Rotten Tomatoes to be so high because I get that it's a spinoff, but you're getting Rocky back as a character. You're getting the Creed name back. I figured they might blast this film just for trying to do the spinoff route, but they didn't. They seem to like it. So
I I'm very happy to hear that. I really am because that's great. A movie like this definitely deserves some love and a lot of it. Because I mean, it was a good movie. It, I mean, all right. I'm gonna lay off this energy drink for a little bit. It's hitting way too hard. But I there's some real emotions in this movie. They made this. They kept the emotions high with this, and like all Rocky films, I mean, you ride it. You ride the roller coaster with this, and it makes it makes it feel personal because it is to the main characters, but it brings you into this world, and it makes you feel what they feel. And man, this was such a good movie. It definitely fit the shoes of the original Rocky franchise, and I love it.
I definitely agree with you. You go back to the kind of the feel good emotional the story, like Adana, he's been fighting his whole life, and with Rocky's help, he gets his big break and things like that, and then it only continues in the sequels. So I know as of right now recording this, you haven't seen Creed 2 or 3, so I can't wait for you to get to those to hear, because I know when you do, I'll get a text message later on like, "Hey, just finished Creed 2, loved it, like, might like it more than the second one or the first one, or wasn't a big fan." So, I'm looking forward to those messages eventually before we get to record one.
It's a little hard to record these episodes when I haven't like after I've seen the movies. So yeah.
So that is all I have for you in our numbers category. Would you like to drop in on your favorite character, or would you like me to lead in our favorites category?
You said, "Would you like to lead with your furry?" Like what? It's not what we talked about at all. um, yeah, let's go. I mean, I'll lead with my favorite character because I typically let you do it, but I'm feeling selfish today. Um, my favorite character was Bianca.
If you could see my face, it's a kinda like a bewildered, like, shocked look. I'm like, "Hmm, please
I
explain."
Yeah, there you go. See, man, we need to start doing the the videos of this. Um, yeah, my favorite character was Bianca because, man, I loved her intro into this. It was super funny. Um, with the whole, she was playing her music super loud, and then he goes down, bangs on her door, and she comes in. She's like, "What? Like you're playing your music loud? You turn it down?" And then like, "Yeah, yeah, I'll turn it down." And then she shuts the door, and it goes right back up. It was I loved it. And then she's losing her hearing, and yet she's pursuing her passion in music, until the day she loses her hearing. And I don't know, I just really I gravitated towards her being my favorite character. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, that's clear, he's number 2, and I'm gonna put Rocky as number 3 on this one. Um, but man, I and plus I got a little crush on Tessa Thompson, but, that's neither here nor there.
That one I didn't expect. That one was a kinda pulled out of the corner there. I was like, "Oh, Bianca."
I
But
had to
I can
keep you on your
appreciate it.
toes, man.
Yeah, somebody's got to. I'm over here standing flat-footed, you know? But I went with your second choice. I chose Adonis, and I think Michael B. Jordan was a great choice for this. I think he plays Adonis Creed phenomenally. I liked him in other films as well, so seeing him in this was kinda it wasn't trying to think if I seen him in, like, Black Panther and things like that before I seen Creed, and I think I did. So, like, seeing him in this was a welcome sight. And just the connection that he has with Rocky, like, on camera, like, it seems like they really do become close. Like, it seems like a genuine, like, friendship, relationship. Like, he calls him unks and all that. Like, so it just makes it fun. Like, it takes the Rocky films, like, and the Rocky Balboa character into a different, like, turn. Like, it takes it into a left turn that you're not used to seeing. And it's just fun. And Adonis is leading that. So that was one of the reasons I chose Adonis. I just like his character and the way that he kinda helps Rocky get back to himself. He motivates Rocky while Rocky's also motivating him. Like, they just vibe well off each other, and he was our main character, so Adonis was it.
Very nice. I can't fault you for that at all.
For being basic again.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't wanna call you out on
Our
that, not on,
our
not on
main
your
characters
show, but whatever.
recently. That's okay because I don't think maybe I do. Maybe I do have a basic favorite score. Because for my favorite score or like OST of the film, I chose the training montage music, "If I Fight, You Fight." So, is that basic? Is that
Feel like that's a little basic, but it's all good.
but it was a great soundtrack.
It
So,
was.
"If I Fight, You Fight" is the one for me. I mean, I don't care how basic it is. The training montage music in these films are always a kick-ass soundtrack. So, in this one, it's no
If I
different.
fight, you fight.
It's 100% true. Every single Rocky film's got a great training track, and I'm not gonna lie. I've been hitting the gym lately, and I'm definitely not gonna lie about this. I've run through each each Rocky movie's uh, soundtrack with it. 'Cause I gotta tell you, man, they definitely hit. They they just pump me up, and, whenever that pre-workout hits, and then you're just on the track, and, I'm still fat, so, it's at, like, a 3, so it's basically a walk, but, but I'm still pumped, I'm still ready to go. Uh, I actually chose 2 songs. I chose one from the OST, and then I chose the other one from the actual soundtrack with all the composers and all the not the composers, with, like, just the songs that they play throughout the film. So not just, OST. So the OST that I chose was Your Creed, and I thought that that was great. I mean, I'm also basic, so I went with the main fight, the big finale fight, um, OST, the track that's playing, I enjoyed it. It's call me basic as well. It's fine. And the song that I liked out of this soundtrack the most was "Hail Mary" by Machiavelli. Love that song.
Yep. You're preaching to the choir here.
The song started playing, I was like, "Oh, damn, I haven't heard this song in a minute." And so I just
Yep,
fucking
started
jammed it.
bobbing the head. No.
Mhm. Uh-huh. Yep. I was all for it, and I even at work, I was listening to Machiavelli, like, all day.
Sitting on the couch, "Come with me." Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Da 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 da. Hell
You
yeah.
and me are one and the same on that one. As soon as that hit when I was watching it, 'cause some of these, like, I tend to remember the OSTs more than I do what actual, like, artists' songs are in films. So, like, that started playing, and I was like, "Okay, I see you, Creed."
Since we're talking about, these movies, there's a movie that we should, do, it's a movie franchise we should do later on, um, since we're talking about boxing right now, it's another sport one. It's, Never Back Down. You ever watch those?
I have seen the first one. Isn't there, like, 3 of them?
Yeah, there's 3. Um, I love all 3, they're great, but the first one holds a special place in my heart, and man, that soundtrack, like, all the songs they play throughout that movie, phenomenal. Little Chamillionaire in there, Lil Wayne. Oh, man, I bob to that freaking soundtrack all the time.
Sitting there on the couch just bopping. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Every day.
See, we don't just watch these movies for the pure entertainment of the film itself. With the music in it, we're embracing our childhood for some of these old films.
Definitely, definitely.
Definitely some good tracks there chosen for our favorite score. And so since you went first for character, I went score. I will let you go for our favorite quotes. We'll do our favorite ones. We'll do some honorable mentions, and I got a good one here, so you can go ahead and pop yours off first.
Ooh, alright, my favorite quote I like these kinda quotes here. They're quick, they're inspirational, and they pump you up for whatever you're doing, and it came from the great almighty Rocky Balboa, and it's one step at a time, one punch at a time, one round at a time.
I did like that one a lot. He's got some good ones in here.
Yes, he does.
We're used to we're used to Mickey delivering it to Rocky, or Adrian delivering it to Rocky, or Apollo giving Rocky, a pep talk. And now in this film, it's Rocky giving it to Adonis. I like the switch up.
Mhm. Me
My
too, me too.
absolute favorite one came from Rocky, and it was like 90% Rocky with a little bit, Adonis coming back. And Rocky looks at him and he goes, "Look at me. I never got a chance to thank Apollo for helping me out after Mickey died, but it's nothing compared to what you've done. You taught me how to fight again, and I'm gonna go home and fight this thing. But if I fight, I want you to fight too. I want you to go across the ring and knock that son of a bitch down. Can you do it? Say it." And then Adonis replies, "I'm gonna knock that son of a bitch down." And Rocky replies with, "I know you are. You know why? Because you're a Creed and I love you, kid." And then that final round starts, and it's just like, "Oh, that's so good."
Such a good one. That was my runner up actually. My honorable mention, if you will. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Um, let's see. Okay, all right. Let's see. Another one. It's with Adonis and Rocky, and he he goes up to Rocky and he goes, "I could train at your house." And Rocky goes, "No, I don't. I don't know. Nobody's been to my house in a long time. You might be uncomfortable there." And Adonis goes, "What? Do you walk around naked?"
There I'll tell you what, for there were way more lines in this that made me laugh than I remembered than I expected on my rewatch.
Yeah, I definitely had to chuckle. Like me and the kids, we watched it. Yeah, we watched it together. You know, we're plowing through these Rocky movies. They're enjoying the hell out of it, and they were laughing pretty hard at this movie. I will say.
There was a I had 3 quick honorable mentions that are pretty short, and, one is between Dr. Cathari and Rocky, and she goes, "Heard you fell down. Was that the first time you've fallen?" And Rocky replies, "Without being punched."
Uh, my next one is Bianca and Adonis. She goes, "Hey Donnie, you moving?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna go live with my uncle for a little bit." She goes, "Is that your uncle? He's white."
"When were you gonna tell me your uncle was Rocky Balboa?"
Great.
This, uh this one was, between Adonis and Rocky. They're talking about the people riding through the streets in Philadelphia, and Adonis goes, "Do you ride?" And Rocky goes, "I had a Harley once, but I fell off, so now I use my feet." Like, just so stupid, like, without missing a beat, replies, and then just leaves it, thinks nothing of it. Like me, like, if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, "Oh my god, what happened? Like, how'd you fall?" Like,
Great. My last one is it's Rocky. He's talking about Ricky's trash talking. He goes, "Now we're gonna go shut his big mouth, aren't we?" I love the way you just because he's just talking shit the whole time. And so he's like, "Now we're gonna shut this big mouth, aren't we?"
my last one for you here is a callback, and I wanted to do it just for you because it's a great quote from our beloved Mickey, and it's "Women weaken legs" when Rocky was talking to Adonis. I was like, that I love that callback because not a lot of people are gonna catch that unless you're really a fan of the franchise. So
Yeah,
I like that they added that in there.
me too. I was laughing at that, and I was like, "Freaking Mickey, man!" Yeah, he's always spouting knowledge, even from the grave.
100%. There were I mean, there were so many quotes in this you could have put. I mean, there were more lines that gave me a laugh. There were other lines that Rocky delivered that were inspirational, and it's just like I tried to pick, my favorite one that was like that long little speech before the last round, and then I tried to choose some quick ones that gave me a laugh. So that all in all, I think our quotes we did a pretty good job on.
I think we did. I think we did. There's yeah, it was this movie, uh, all over the place in a good way. Like you said, it's made you laugh, made you hurt, made you love. I loved it.
Yeah, it jumps around quite a bit, but it flows very well in the way it jumps around. I was surprised on my rewatch because I hadn't watched it in a while. So I had only watched it once or twice before our recording for this episode. So I was like, okay, I watched it twice and I was like, this flows pretty good for kind of jumping from just Adonis and then Rocky and Adonis and Bianca, and now it's Rocky, Adonis, and Bianca. Like, so like it jumps around, and we get characters added and here and there, and it flows really well for being that kind of story where it jumps here to there, adding this character. Now we're in this fight scene, this training montage. It flows really well, I thought.
I agree. It definitely did. Such a good movie. I'm so mad that I only watched it this week.
I'm doing what I can here for you. I can only do so much.
Appreciate it there, buddy.
So I did have a really hard time choosing a scene, and I will say right here while we're recording, I don't have one typed into my notes because I was battling back and forth. I'm like, man, what do I choose for my favorite scene? Like, there's so much I like in this film, and it's just like, do I choose the final fight scene? And it's like I want to, or do I choose, the training montage with Rocky finally getting to be like the true trainer. I know he was the trainer to Tommy Gunn, but Tommy Gunn was a douche in part 5. So where I'm just kind of like eliminating him from our history right now during this film because Adonis actually wanted the training. He was appreciative to Rock and things like that. So I had a very hard time, but I think I am going to choose the ending fight for one reason, and it's because they set it up just like that original Rocky film where we get Creed going the distance against the champ, and he loses in a split decision, just like Rocky did in that first film. Like something about all the callbacks, and I have something in my fun facts to where something, in the fight happens and the fight turns a little bit and it calls back to that first Rocky film again, but it's something about that final fight and all the callbacks, like things that I noticed, like, oh, that's just like the first one. That's just like the first one. So the final fight scene kind of pulled me in by way of the callbacks to the original.
You know, man, me and you are so alike. And I'm saying this because I don't have any notes for actually I do have one note. I will say this. Um I don't have a favorite scene. I couldn't pick one. So I put the question like I put hyphen and I put score and whenever I figure out which score I like, I delete score and then put it's just, hyphen blah blah blah. Um and then trivia, I'll put trivia, whatever, and then scene, I just have scene, and then the only thing I typed out was which emotion. Because honestly, if you whatever emotion you're feeling, there's a scene for it, and it's a good scene. Um, no, really, no matter what. So if you wanna have like a little tearjerker moment, there's a great scene for that. If you wanna feel a little bit of love, good scene for that. You know, was it Adonis and oh my goodness, and Bianca's first date? That's a good little lovey scene. Um, and inspirational. I just the ending fight scene, like you said, and if you want to feel a little pumped as well, it's the ending fight scene slash Adonis's final training scene where he starts running through the streets and all those four-wheelers are going are like chasing them down and they're just going in a circle. Oh man, that got me pumped. Super excited. Could not pick a favorite scene.
And again, that, in a way, that scene is a callback, Rocky running through the streets and the kids and people start running with him. In this one, people are riding the four-wheelers with Adonis. It's like they just updated things. They did it in the same way, but they added their own spin on it. So it was I don't know. That's why I'm really high on this first one. It reminds me of that first Rocky with like the struggling guy meets the girl. He's trying to get the girl. Eventually they go out on a first date, they become closer, they start dating. He has his fight, he loses. Like it's the original Rocky film with Michael B. Jordan with like updated special effects and like it's Michael B. Jordan's version of Rocky. I think that's why I'm so high on it because that first Rocky film is an absolute banger and a classic, and Creed just does the same thing with a different character and updates the story.
Yeah, I can agree with you 100% on that. Nothing that you just said was false.
Cash grabbing bastards. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so that's all I have for our favorites category on Creed. I will jump into my first fun fact for you because I actually have quite a few on this one. I think I have close to like 10 here. So I chose quite a few. And my first one is while training, Adonis wears a shirt with the message, "Why do I want to fight? Because I can't sing and dance." And this was a line from the original Rocky film that Rocky said to Adrian on their ice skating date in the original film. So of course, I had to throw something in with that because as soon as I seen it, I was like, "Look, look, look! There it is!" Like I remember that. I was being that nerdy guy again, the Leonardo DiCaprio meme.
You bastard. That was my first first little fun fact.
See, this is why you gotta stop letting me go first.
I know. Here I am just rude as hell. All right. Um, um, my first fun fact, since it's not gonna be that one, is actor Sylvester Stallone wrote or rewrote all the dialogue for the character of Rocky in Creed and Creed 2. He said that the original screenplays were good, but, and I quote, didn't quite capture the Rocky tempo.
Again, the man of many talents here. I do like that he does that. If something doesn't vibe in a certain way, or he doesn't think a character is gonna say this or sound like that, he'll change it and he'll argue until he gets his way. So I do like that with Sylvester Stallone because I mean
Mhm.
this is his franchise. This is his character that he's brought up through the entire franchise. So he knows what he wants his character to say. He knows how he wants Creed to be portrayed. So I 100% don't blame him. I like that.
Ditto, my friend. Ditto.
So Sylvester Stallone was 69 when this film was released, the same age as Burgess Meredith was when Rocky 1976 was released.
Are you reading my notes over here?
I
What's
might
going on?
be. I just see. We are just literally the same person, except like what is it, like 1,500 miles away or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. My goodness, this is ridiculous. It's the second one you taken off of mine. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Okay.
I'll share my screen for you. Here, you can steal one of mine.
All right, let's go with uh, Sylvester Stallone is the third actor in Oscar history to receive both lead and supporting Academy Award nominations for playing the same character. Barry Fitzgerald was nominated for Best Actor and won Best Supporting Actor for playing Father Fitzgibbon in Going My Way. Al Pacino was nominated Best Supporting Actor for The Godfather and Best Actor for The Godfather Part 2 for playing Michael Michael Corleone. Corleone, sorry. Wow, damn. And Stallone was nominated Best Actor for Rocky and Best Supporting Actor for Creed.
Very well deserved as always.
Are you gonna keep in my tongue-tied moment?
I can take it out.
I don't care. That was funny.
So this one I really liked a lot because this is one of those little emotional moments for Sylvester Stallone, and so when I read this, I thought I had to put this one in here. We'll see if I can take another one of Adrian's fun facts here. So in Paulie's room, when Rocky talks about his son moving to Vancouver, there is a photo of Sylvester Stallone as a younger Rocky and a very young Sage Stallone, Sylvester's oldest son. Ryan Coogler urged a reluctant Stallone to give him the picture since he thought it wouldn't be right to not have a representation of Sage in the movie. Stallone admitted that he personally views the film as a dedication to Sage, who played Rocky's son in Rocky V and died on July 13th, 2012 at age 36.
Man, you didn't I was worried, I'm not gonna lie, that you did take my next one because my next one also talks about Sage, but you didn't.
I I'm trying not to take any more of yours, okay? I swear, but well, anything about his son who passed away and this film being kind of like a dedication to him, I thought we can put that in there, kind of our way of paying some respects to Sylvester and his son, just mentioning him here. So Thought we
Of
could
course.
do that.
Of course, I thought the same thing. Like you said, we're the same person, but 1,500 miles apart. Um, just as the film was entering pre-production, Sylvester Stallone's oldest son, Sage Stallone, died of a heart attack. Stallone had admitted that the loss almost sent him into a full breakdown, but Ryan Coogler was eventually able to convince him to use the film as a dedication to Sage, focusing specifically on the father son relationship that appeared in it. Although initially resistant, Stallone said that the Golden Globes that Creed helped him cope with Sage's death.
And a lot of times, you need something to when something tragic happens in your life, you need something to take your mind off of it. And being going back to the Rocky character, that might have been the best thing for him once that happened. So I mean, he delivered a phenomenal performance in this. So I mean, I give the man all his props and flowers and everything, especially after a tragedy like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we needed to include that. Something, something for him.
Absolutely. So Sylvester Stallone's Best Supporting Actor Oscar nominated performance was the only one in the category not in a Best Picture nominee that year. So again, paying the man his respects. This was the only film that wasn't a Best Picture nominee to where he was an Oscar nominated performance.
Just shows how amazing this man is. Okay, here we go. Michael B. Jordan. I don't know if you know him, but played Adonis.
Never heard of.
Credits. Never heard of him. Credits Sylvester Stallone, another actor that I don't know if you know. With putting him at ease while he joined a cinematic legacy. Sly did the best thing for me, which was to take that pressure off of me, to not worry about competing or living up to what the other Rocky films were, just to be myself.
And it shows. Like I said, I mean, when coming to this film, having Rocky or Sylvester Stallone by your side, I'm sure it was easy for Michael B. Jordan to like step into this role and kind of be coached up. I mean, he had been in films before. He had been in film and TV shows for long before this. So stepping into this and having the anchor point of the entire franchise and the Rocky films, kind of coaching you and leading the way. I'm sure it wasn't too hard.
Big shoes to fill, but I'm glad that he filled them the way he did.
Yeah, massive shoes to fill,
Oh yeah,
like
that's an
Shaquille
understatement.
O'Neal. So this one was just like a fun little connection. I just threw this one in here. This is the second teaming of Sylvester Stallone and Graham McTavish, the first being Rambo from 2008.
It's so cool.
I literally only put that in there because I love that Rambo film.
Such a good movie. It's such a good movie. Oh my goodness.
We will get there. We will get there.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I have very fond memories of watching First Blood with my dad whenever I was way too young to watch First Blood.
I might have a hot take on that very first Rambo film that
Ooh.
we might have to talk about.
Ooh, I can't wait.
All right, throw me your next one.
All right, all right. Next one. Michael B. Jordan gained 24 pounds of muscle by working out 2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week, adhering to a strict diet for almost a year. And since he didn't have a body double, he had to learn how to box in preparation for this role.
Yeah, and I mean it shows. He is absolutely cut up in this film. I mean, we're used to it. We got Apollo, we got Clubber Lang, we got Ivan Drago, of course we got Rocky, we had Hulk Hogan in the third film. Like none of these guys are small guys. And Adonis he's jacked in this. So it definitely shows he was working hard.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to get that Michael B. Jordan physique, but I am not a movie star, so I can't work out 2 to 3 times a day. I'm at my day job.
I also work out 2 to 3 times a day. It's whenever I go to the gym and then I work out for a little bit, take a little break, and then I go into my second workout, which is essentially just an extension of my first workout. Depends on how big of a break I take. But, I can work out up to like 4 or 5 times a day. It's pretty great.
Yeah. Once I walk to to refill my water bottle and I come back, that's when my second workout starts.
That's it.
So here's a connection to the earlier films that I was talking about. Just like in Rocky 4, the tone of the boxing match dramatically shifts when the protagonist throws a hard right hook that draws a bloody gash on the opponent's left eye. So that of course that callback. The only thing that could have made that better is Rocky saying he's cut, he's cut. Give me the full callback.
Yes, I was so mad about that. I was like, "Oh, you're almost there. You've almost led to greatness, but you came up short."
All right, Adro, what you got next for me here in the fun facts?
Let's see. What do I got next? I got a little. All right. Let's get into this one. Um, Sylvester Stallone was initially apprehensive about revisiting. I said, no, no, no. It was a struggle to get that last one done, and I was happy with Rocky Balboa. And the conclusion of the Rocky story, that I thought we don't need to go any further with it. I dismissed his idea, but it was the director's persistence that led him to reconsider and do the Creed movie.
And I I think we both agreed to this earlier in the episode that either way I would have been happy because the ending to Rocky Balboa was like his final bout going out, and so it was a terrific ending for the character. And then you bring him back in this to kind of for us Rocky fans and like you and me and stuff to kind of take on the role of Mickey. Like I love that as well. So either way I'd have been happy.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Either way, if he was in this movie or not, good movie. I mean, hell, he could've just made a cameo. That would've been just as fine. But
Just the uncle scene. Your uncle's Rocky Balboa? No. He's white. No.
such a good line.
Just a good laugh moment.
He's
So
white.
I got 2 more for you here.
Alright, what you
And
got?
this one, I always like to do the connections. So when Adonis is fighting Pretty Ricky Conlon, his name is announced as Adonis Hollywood Creed. Hollywood was the real nickname of Tony Burton, who played Tony Duke Evers, Apollo's cornerman and trainer in the earlier Rocky films.
Wow, that's really cool. I like that. I like that little nod.
You know how I am. I always have to find the connections and callbacks. That is my job on this podcast, I guess. That's what I'm taking over.
You know what? You take that 'cause, there's times where I'll just, like, let something slide over me. I'm just like, "Oh, that's cool." And then I won't really get the callback. I'm just whatever. I'm more of the in the moment kinda guy. If I recognize the callback, I'll call it out, and I'll be so proud of myself. I'm patting myself on the back for, like, the next 6 days. But, no, I like that. I do like that one. That's a nice little nod. Um, let's see. What is this next one? Okay, here's another one. This one's really good. I really like this one. It's the placement of the names on Donnie's shorts have an important psychological effect. The word Creed faces his opponent, who would then think about his father's heavyweight legacy, while on the back says Johnson for the cameras and audience to build Donnie's own legacy.
I paid attention to that. I really like that because you see the 2 different names on his boxing shorts, and you don't think nothing of it until it's like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." Once you read that little behind the scenes note or, fun fact trivia. So that I really liked that, and then it made me actually pay attention on my rewatch of the film.
That was yeah. It took me 2 watches to catch that because I, was- I at first I kind of noticed it because you're in the fight. You're watching the fight and you're just watching it go down. And you're just like, yeah, get him. That's at Creed. All right, and then you're like, yeah, 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 get him. Wait, that just said Creed, and now it says what is going on? I'm not gonna lie, I felt like an idiot for a second, and then I just let it pass. And then the second time I was doing it again, yeah, 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 and then I was like, Creed, yeah, 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 Johnson. Oh, okay, all right, I get it, okay,
Thinking that the director, like that you caught one of their mistakes that the editing crew didn't.
yeah. It's like I wonder if I'm going to the message boards for this one.
So my last one for you here is that this screenplay was ranked the 22nd best American screenplay of the 21st century in IndieWire, with Zach Sharf writing, not only does the script manage to tell an authentic origin story of the young and determined Adonis Creed, but it also finds an authentic way to revive Sylvester Stallone's Rocky and make him the emotional linchpin of Adonis, rise to the champion boxer.
Okay, there you go. That's very, very, very nice. That's a good one to end on. I like that. I like that a lot. Man, there's some good, interesting facts in here. I will say. I spent a long time going through like all the trivia. Oh my goodness, trivia, and just running through it. And I'm like, man, they did a lot for this movie. There's a lot of kind of behind the scenes and little nods and interesting stuff. Like I was all for it.
Well, what do you have? I know you got one more. What's your last one for me?
All right, here's the last one I got. Of the characters who have died in the series, Mickey, Apollo, Adrian, and Polly, Burgess Meredith is the only actor to have actually died. Though Tony Burton, Duke, who goes unmentioned, died shortly after the film's release, and Burt Young, who plays Polly, passed away in October of 2023.
And we will get to that, but I think Paulie is missed in this one. I will say I really became and grew to like his character, and I know this kind of story with Adonis and stuff isn't really for Paulie. It's to recapture the Rocky Balboa and Apollo like story, with Apollo's son. But I wouldn't have mind, a cameo from Paulie or something like that if it was possible. So there's a lot of characters that are missed as we go on through this franchise.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, kind of makes me like it makes me sad whenever films kill off characters and then the actual people are still alive. It's it feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, I know what they're going for, and like some of them, it's feuds with the actors and the directors, and then they're just like, yeah, you're done. Um, like I hate you so much, I'm killing you off this project. I get it, but come on, man. Some of us like those characters. Polly, I get it. I get it with Polly. It was a good emotional moment. Had to happen. But did it? Like, I think he could have been here. I think he could have been in this and just like did the same thing he did with Tony Gunn in Rocky 5. Just like kind of while Rocky is training Adonis, Paulie's just kind of back in the background, just kind of talking shit in his old age. I think we could have got one more good movie with just Paulie in the background talking shit. That's what I wanted for this movie. If there's one thing I could change about this, just give me more Paulie.
I did really like the scene with Sylvester Stallone visiting the graves and like bringing the drinks with him and going to like visit Paulie and Adrian. I love things like that. I love character development like that. If you're gonna give us a sign that a character has passed away, like Rocky visiting the gravesite and just sitting there in that chair and like talking for a moment, that's like the perfect way to do it in these films.
Yeah, definitely.
So if that is all you have for fun facts and trivia, that's all I have. I mean, I don't really have a lot or too much left to say about Creed. I wasn't sure about it, and once I watched it, I loved it just like the rest of the franchise. So I'll go ahead and dig into my final thoughts for you because other than that, I think I'm about said everything I need to for this one.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get in some deep final thoughts, man. I need some deep ones. Give me something to go off of.
Give you some deep ones. All right, let me reach down here. So I think Creed. I think it's phenomenal. I did not expect after the 2006 Rocky Balboa to see Rocky back in another film. I thought that was our character, riding off in the sunset. That was it for him, and they brought him back in a phenomenal way. And Michael B. Jordan does great. I think the cast in this is phenomenal. And I mean, and like Bianca, Rocky, Adonis. I love even like our like antagonist, like Pretty Ricky Conlon. I think the actor who played him did a good job. Like it's just all around like a good cast. The music, it takes a little bit different turn than the classic Rocky movies in the franchise, and it creates an entirely different new story, but it resorts back to that first one. Like I said earlier in our episode, it's Adonis coming up just like Rocky did through, riding the struggle bus and getting a break and then going the distance in the championship fight, but still losing. He, he has a really hard time getting the girl. And eventually they go on a couple dates and they become a couple, just like Rocky and Adrian. Like this was a perfect like formula for a Creed film because it mocks that original Rocky so well, but in an updated fashion that it just draws me in every time I watch it. So there's my little deep diving final thoughts for you.
That's some good ones. That's some good deep diving. I asked for something deep. You gave it to me. You delivered. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, all the way down here from Texas. Um, my final thoughts on this movie is just I'm 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 mad. I am very upset. I'm very upset. It took me It's 2026. This movie came out in 2015. It took me 11 years to watch this movie. And I'm just upset that I didn't watch it sooner. I mean, I'm not over here just saying that this is the greatest movie in history and I missed out. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's a good movie. It is a damn good movie. I enjoyed it start to finish. It had all the elements there that we talked about earlier. You feeling an emotion, it's got it in here, and I'm so freaking for it. I mean, like I said just a second ago, I I s- I watched this movie twice. I just did. I had to. There's so much into it that I wanted to enjoy it again. I wanted to see what I missed out on. 11 years, and I just let a little bit of that. Eh, I don't want it to ruin my old one of my old favorite franchises. Like, what was I scared of? Just if anybody out there has got a movie like that, go check it out. You're scared of the new Terminator movies, because it might ruin the old ones. Check it out. See what's going on. It might not all be winners, but it's definitely something to enjoy your time, to pass some time and just have a good old fashioned sit on the couch with the kids, sit on the couch with the husband, wife, whatever, and just kind of relive that childhood. That's all I got. See, I went deep too. There you go.
Hey, I 100% agree with you. There's a couple movies recently that I have given a chance. You know, I believe anyone who follows our Facebook page will see like that. I recently watched the Killer Whale film and the Primitive War, and I just for the first time finished watching Creed 3, and like I'm trying to give more films a chance. So I was definitely skeptical about this one, just like you were, and I gave it a chance, and I liked it a lot. And then the second one, I was skeptical again. I was like, okay, how are they going to do this now in this one? And then the third one without Sylvester Stallone, I was like, who, where are we going to go? Are they going to kill him off? How are they going to do this? So I'm I'm trying to give films that I'm a little skeptical about the benefit of the doubt and watch them anyway. So absolutely, this clearly from both of us is 100% a recommend. So if you're skeptical about a movie out there, give it a try. And if it turns out to be a bad film, like, what did you waste? You wasted an hour and a half of your time watching a movie that you weren't so sure on. So, I mean, give it a chance. If you haven't seen Creed, this film, absolutely watch it if you're a fan of the franchise, or if you're just hit or miss on it, absolutely give it a chance. So, before we get out of here, of course, I'll have Adrian plug the Make Me Believe podcast because they have some fun and interesting stuff going on over there. So, after he plugs them, check them out as well.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Hey, hello again, everybody. Please join me and my wonderful wife, Kaylin, on our own show, the Make Me Believe podcast. We're on all major platforms. It's a show where I hate the fact that my wife is a non-believer of anything supernatural, anything like that, and so I got to take it out. You know, I got to make her believe. Um, and it's not going well. She's fighting me every step of the way. But tune in. There's some decent conversation there and some good old fashioned stories from the internet.
Absolutely give them a listen. And I mean, if you've been following along, or even if you haven't, you might be able to figure out what is going on our next episode because Creed was a box office success and a sequel went into development rather quickly, simply titled Creed 2, and was released November 21st, 2018. And Adrian and I will be looking at that on our next episode here. So before we get out of here again, I want to thank Adrian for joining me here on Creed and looking forward to getting into Creed 2 with you.
I'm super excited for it. I tell you what, since I watched Creed 1 twice, I went ahead and just popped in Creed 2. And I say that like I own the DVD. No, they're Netflix, baby. I watched Creed 2 and it was still good film. Check it out. We'll talk about it next week.
We absolutely will. So again, thank you. Thank anyone who's out there listening. Again, Creed 2 will be on our next episode here, but until next time.
See ya.
Since we're pretty much like family, who won the third fight?
You did.